You eat white rice every single day. Your parents ate it, your grandparents ate it too. It is a warm and comforting bowl of food, but your gut has been quietly changing because of it in ways you probably never linked to your daily plate. Welcome to our Deep Dive Explainer. Today, we are answering a big question that millions are thinking about. Is your daily rice secretly harming your internal living world? We are not here to tell you to give up your favorite cultural foods, and we are definitely not here to make you eat in fear. We are here to break down the real science so you can make an aware choice, because what you eat 3 times a day is either feeding your internal world or quietly starving it. Question yourself, are you feeding your hunger or your health today? Okay, let us dive into this. Most people think of gut health as just regular digestion, like how your food moves through you. But modern health science points to something much bigger. It is actually the master control center for your entire body. It helps control your daily immunity, your mood, your weight, your daily energy, and even how well you sleep at night. Let us look at it differently. Think of your gut like the main computer server for a huge, tall building. If the server goes down, the lights go off, the doors lock, and everything stops working right. Every single meal you eat is a direct text message to this master control center. Give it good messages, things run smooth. Give it bad messages, systems start to fail. Now that we understand this, let us look at something equally important. 38 to 100 trillion. That is the sheer huge scale of the tiny living cells, bacteria, and fungi living inside your belly right now. Health researchers describe this internal living garden as a living organ all by itself. When this space is perfectly balanced, you pull in food nutrients easily, and your internal heat or inflammation stays incredibly low. For example, think of a beautiful glass fish tank with crystal clear water and bright, healthy green plants. That is a perfectly balanced gut. But when it falls completely out of balance, a state researchers call dysbiosis, science suggests you might feel heavy, bloated, have a cloudy, tired mind, get sick very often, and even feel sad for no clear reason. Question yourself, does your internal fish tank feel clean or cloudy today? The main natural money of the gut is prebiotic plant fiber. This is a very specific type of plant carbohydrate that you simply cannot digest, but it acts as the primary main food for your good gut bugs. When these helpful, friendly bugs are well fed with this plant fiber, they create amazing healing tools called short-chain fatty acids. Science points to these tiny tools as the ultimate strong defense wall. They calm down total body stress and actively protect your very delicate gut lining. To put it another way, it is like giving thick, solid bricks and wet mortar to tiny, eager builders inside you so they can patch up any broken holes. When you do not feed your bugs enough of this plant fiber, they grow very weak, and the whole space becomes deeply unstable. This is something most people never find out, but changing this one thing changes absolutely everything. Let us see how this connects to our everyday life. Take a close look at the big difference between what happens when you eat regular white rice versus whole natural millets. White rice is a highly heavily refined grain. The outer brown bran and germ parts have been totally stripped away, leaving mostly the white starchy inside. It digests extremely quickly in your upper belly area, leaving almost zero plant fiber to reach your lower belly, where your helpful bugs actually live. They are basically left totally starving. Whole natural millets, on the other hand, are totally packed with different strong fibers and resistant starch. This means they travel totally completely intact down to your lower gut, directly feeding your internal living garden. For example, eating white rice is like burning thin, dry paper. It flashes hot and goes away super fast. Eating whole millets is like burning a thick, heavy wooden log. It burns slow and steady for many hours. Question yourself, are you giving your body fast paper or slow, solid wood? Finger millet, or raji, as many people call it, delivers a massive, powerful advantage for your body. Beyond its high bone-building calcium and strong protective plant chemicals, it has a very specific natural fiber profile. This fiber profile perfectly feeds super helpful bug families like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium. These are the exact same highly beneficial bug strains you would pay top dollar for in a fancy, expensive commercial supplement pill. But here, they are naturally, beautifully supported just by eating a simple, traditional daily whole food. Think about that deeply for a moment. A simple, natural grain doing the exact same job of a $50 plastic bottle of pills. It is a very beautiful way to heal from the very inside out. Now let us clear up another piece of the giant puzzle. You might be wondering about plain brown rice right now. Because it keeps its outer brown bran layer completely intact, it absolutely contains much more fiber than fast-digesting plain white rice. But there is a hidden silent catch you really need to know about, and it is called phytic acid. Science notes that this natural acid can accidentally block your body from pulling in vital important minerals, like iron and zinc from your daily meals. Nutrition researchers often highly suggest proper traditional daily preparation methods, like soaking your brown rice deeply overnight or fermenting it to lower this exact specific blocking effect. Understanding this small preparation detail changes absolutely everything about how you make your food. It is exactly like unlocking a heavy locked door. If you just turn the metal key the right way, all the good health stuff opens up for you. The real twist comes a little later. The big problem is not that you eat regular plain rice. The big actual problem is that you eat rice entirely, completely alone. You do not have to completely quit your favorite cultural whole food today. This whole entire health journey is about adding diverse, colorful things instead of cutting things out of fear. A daily meal of plain white rice all by itself gives very little to your hungry gut bugs. But what you serve right next to that warm rice changes the entire natural living story of the meal. Imagine throwing a fun party but only inviting one single person. It is highly boring. But invite a whole massive crowd with loud music and great food, and absolutely everything changes. Question yourself, what exactly are you inviting to your dinner plate today? 10, the number 10, getting 10 different types of whole plant fiber every single day is the true magic key to deep internal bug richness. Science suggests that the total giant mix of fiber sources across your whole entire day matters just as much as the specific single grain you choose to eat at family dinner. A human gut that receives 10 different colorful types of plant fiber daily will show far greater living richness than a sad gut receiving only one or two, regardless of whether that specific person eats white rice or whole natural millet. It is the wide, vast mix of different colorful plant foods that creates perfect, happy music in your belly. We have covered a lot so far, but the most important part is coming right now. Stay with me. What comes next can completely change the way you think about your health. So what exactly should we be actively adding to our daily plates today? No boring generic food advice here. Clearly, we are missing the wide, vast mix of plant fibers that our tiny bugs are loudly begging for. Traditional slow cooking methods are incredibly powerful and sadly very often forgotten today. Leftover completely fermented overnight plain rice shows fascinating, amazing prebiotic properties that directly feed your whole ecosystem. Live active culture plain yogurt is consistently heavily supported by deep gut health research for actively fast increasing good bug counts. Hearty warm lentils and rich legumes are totally packed with slow digesting heavy starch. And do not ever forget your deep dark green leaves like fresh spinach and fenugreek. Adding these specific healing foods directly feeds robust large bug families in your internal dark world. Eating plain white rice starves the sad gut, but adding rich lentils and dark spinach to it creates a perfect, amazing rescue meal. Question yourself, can you add just one single green leaf to your meal today? There is also a brilliant, clever scientific temperature trick you can use right in your own warm kitchen tonight. Cooking and then completely cooling your warm rice or soft potatoes significantly heavily increases their natural resistant starch content. Resistant starch is that amazing strong carbohydrate your upper, soft belly simply cannot break down, so it goes straight deeply down to feed your lower colon bugs. This exactly means that leftover completely totally cooled rice might actually be far better for feeding your delicate gut ecosystem than freshly cooked steaming hot plain rice. Think of it exactly like putting heavy metal armor on your soft food. The total cooling process locks the soft starch up tightly, so only the good bugs can open it later. It is a tiny, small change, but it makes a massive, huge impact. Most people make a big mistake right here. They wrongly think fresh and hot is absolutely always better for them. Let us look at what hurts the gut next. We also have to deeply carefully look at the bad ecosystem disruptors to completely see the full total picture. What is quietly, totally starving your delicate gut right now while you are not looking? Eating plain white rice as your only daily main carbohydrate with absolutely zero colorful vegetables is one major big factor. But far worse are highly, heavily processed loud snacks like packaged crunchy potato chips and quick instant hot noodles. Excess added sweet sugar heavily feeds bad yeast overgrowth and allows harmful bad bugs to easily thrive. Frequent daily heavy use of artificial sweeteners has been deeply associated with negatively slowly altering your delicate natural bug balance over a long time. And unrecovered strong medicine use is a very huge one. If you have not actively worked hard to rebuild that rich inner diversity after taking strong bug-killing medical medicines, your internal dark world may still be highly totally broken today. Your internal dark ecosystem is also deeply, heavily impacted by your daily outside lifestyle far away from the kitchen dinner plate. Irregular, messy, late sleep strongly disrupts the natural daily flowing rhythms of your tiny gut bugs. Yes, your hidden microbiome has its very own loud ticking internal time clock. Chronic, heavy daily psychological stress highly increases your thin intestinal permeability, which is very often called a leaky gut, where the thin, soft gut lining allows bad bacterial waste right into the flowing bloodstream, triggering total whole entire body swelling. On the highly positive bright side, taking a light, simple walking stroll right after your heavy meals directly, deeply aids normal, smooth gut movement and helps your entire whole digestion function so smoothly. Moving your two legs actually actively moves your warm food. It is totally that highly connected. Question yourself, are your daily heavy stress levels quietly poking tiny holes in your health right now? Now that we understand this, let us smoothly look at some common daily confusion. This is exactly right where most regular people get deeply, totally confused by loud, fast internet health trends. Let us gently, slowly break down some very common loud myths. Myth number 1. Plain white rice is inherently totally bad for you, and you must completely abruptly stop eating it right now to be highly healthy. Deep clinical science simply absolutely does not support this harsh, extreme, black and white modern diet culture mindset regarding our daily warm carbohydrates. We need to look much deeper into how different total whole foods interact deeply with each other in the real living human body. Food is never ever just one single lonely thing. It is absolutely always a working team player. The real actual scientific living reality is that natural living context is absolutely totally everything. Traditional deep Asian cultures absolutely do not eat plain white rice in total complete lonely isolation. They have historically absolutely always paired their daily plain rice with a highly rich and very diverse colorful array of thick plant fiber, traditional fermented foods, and heavy dark legumes to perfectly create deep total balance. When regular daily white rice is just one tiny part of a very diverse, wide dietary eating pattern, it sits very totally differently in your internal dark ecosystem than when it is eaten repeatedly all by its totally lonely self with absolutely zero whole plant fiber. Adding bright, colorful, fresh vegetables completely changes the entire absolute way your human body reads the simple rice. Myth number 2. Whole natural millet is a stand-alone magic miracle superfood that will completely magically fix your broken, painful gut entirely all on its very own. We have to be extremely highly careful about heavily, totally relying on any single new trendy ingredient to magically suddenly fix a complex natural living system. No single totally lonely food in the whole massive world is a magic instant cure-all for a long, hard lifetime of totally poor daily eating habits. People always want a fast, quick fix pill, but living human nature just absolutely does not work like that at all. The totally clear basic reality is that single lonely foods simply absolutely do not fix totally poor sad diets. If you try to add one lonely bowl of healthy whole natural millet to a busy daily routine that is totally full of highly heavy processed packaged junk food, it will absolutely have a very limited tiny positive effect on your actual real living health. Total wide dietary diversity is the single absolute strongest scientific known predictor of deep, strong gut microbiome richness. It is your total wide daily ecosystem mix that completely creates true lasting, real health from the very deep inside totally out. You have to actively build a strong big whole house, not just simply buy one nice looking fancy door. Once you understand this, it can bring a big change in your life. And here is our final big, loud, modern myth. Myth number 3. If you have daily painful gut problems, you immediately, instantly need to go totally out and buy expensive, fancy commercial probiotic supplements in tiny plastic pill forms. This is a massive, totally modern misconception that so many kind, well-meaning, regular people deeply fall for when they are desperately quickly trying to heal their daily rough digestion as fast as humanly possible. Let us look closely at why this popular, totally modern idea is highly flawed. The deep, clear, natural living reality tells a very totally different and much simpler basic story. Many commercial tiny pill supplements are incredibly highly fragile and very, very often do not even totally survive your harsh, burning, strong stomach acid to ever safely reach your deep lower colon where they are actually deeply, truly needed. Food-sourced natural real probiotics like Live Active plain yogurt and robust, thick, traditional fermented daily preparations offer much, much more sustained and powerful, highly lasting total effects on your total inner gut composition. The daily deep science clearly heavily suggests totally focusing closely on real, fresh food-based support first before ever quickly turning to a factory-made plastic pill. Let us carefully totally look at a short, real, daily life example of how this all beautifully, completely comes perfectly together. Sarah was actively eating plain white rice every single lonely day and quietly, silently struggling with constant, heavy, hard belly bloating and very totally low, flat afternoon tired energy. Her internal dark living tank was totally cloudy. She absolutely did not panic, and she absolutely did not suddenly quickly quit her favorite warm daily rice. Instead, in week 2, she simply easily added a small, cool bowl of overnight fermented rice to her quiet mornings. She gently started having whole, healthy ragi 3 times a week, and she intentionally slowly added active plain yogurt and dark green legumes to her daily active lunches. She absolutely did not take away, she just beautifully added good rich things. By the totally 3rd month, she deeply experienced noticeably fully reduced belly hard bloating, highly totally consistent smooth easy digestion, and finally easily found clear, highly stable daily active energy. She successfully permanently anchored this dense, modern deep gut science right totally into very simple and highly deeply actionable daily additive rich habits, completely easily without ever totally losing her absolute favorite cultural daily foods. Your health is not a destination you arrive at one day. It is a direction you choose every single day. Small awareness, small choices, small habits, they quietly add up to something much bigger than you realize right now. If this gave you even one useful thought, share it with one person who needs to hear this. That one share can bring this awareness to someone silently struggling, and it helps Wellness Geeks reach more people who truly need this. Like this video and subscribe to Wellness Geeks. If this brought real value to your health journey, look for the join button next to the Wellness Geeks logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Wellness Support Circle. Your support gives Wellness Geeks the strength to keep going. Thank you so much for watching and caring about your health.